What is going on, Internet World? My name is Tommy. You probably know me as Rivet, and I'm your coach of the Atlanta Braviaries, the highest flying, fly-sticking team on YouTube. And we are here today with our quarterfinals matchup of the SDF playoffs against Coach Beater and the Philadelphia Flygons. It's going to be a great match. Welcome to the workshop. Alrighty guys, we are here breaking down our quarterfinals matchup for SDF playoffs against Coach Beater and the Philadelphia Flygons. We literally just played him the last game of the regular season, and I kind of explained everything, but we're back at it again for the quarterfinals, so this is definitely going to be a really scary matchup. I still don't love my matchup against this team. He's seen what I've got, it's going to be really rough, and I definitely want to try to win this game because if you remember from the first video of the season, I have not made it out of the first round of playoffs in the past 4 seasons. I'm going into this the #1 seed with what I think is kind of a stupid team, so I have no excuses. But I'm gonna give it my best shot. It's still definitely gonna be a tough game. Peter's a tremendous battler. He's got a really strong team, and I don't super love my matchup. But this is just gonna be a quick team overview since we literally broke this down last week. But first Mon, Mega Alakazam, incredibly threatening special sweeper, base 175 special attack and 150 speed. Insane wall breaker. Can't nasty plot, but an absolutely insane move pool with very strong stab. Next up is Ferrothorn, incredibly bulky grass and steel type with the Iron Barb's ability. Great hazard stacker utility mon and can do some good work with moves like Power Whip and Knockoff. Next up is Greninja, very fast and offensive water and dark type with the Torrent ability. Great pivot with U-turn and can set spikes and toxic spikes. It's a very solid cleaner with moves like Hydro Pump, Water Shuriken, Dark Pulse, and Ice Beam. Gets a variety of other things as well, something like Gunk Shot can be pretty scary. Next up is Mandibuzz, a very bulky dark and flying type with the Overcoat ability. It's a great pivot and a hazard remover with Defog. It can knock off and foul play for some stab. It can Brave Bird. It can nasty plot up and do some weird cheesy sets with weak armor as well. Next up is Florges, a very bulky fairy type with the Symbiosis ability. Incredibly naturally bulky at 154 special defense, and it can do a whole bunch of clerical things. It can Wish Pass, it can Heal Bell, it can start setting up Calm Minds, Moonblast and Psychics hit pretty hard. It can do a couple other things as well. Next up is Mienshao, a very fast and offensive fighting type with the Regenerator and Reckless abilities. It's very hard at base 125 attack. It's got a great coverage move pool with stuff like Close Combat, Knockoff, Poison Jab, Ice Punch, something of the sort. Next up is Flygon, an incredibly versatile ground and dragon type with the Levitate ability. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. It can Dragon Dance, it can run Choice Scarf sets, it can be defensive with moves like U-Turn, Defog, and Roost. It's got a great move pool with stuff like Fire Blast, Draco, Boom Burst, First Impression. It can do a whole bunch of stuff. Next up is Galvantula, pretty offensive and supporting Bug and Electric type with the Compound Eyes ability. It can set Sticky Webs, which is pretty solid, and it can hit stuff pretty hard with moves like Compound Eyes Thunders, Bug Buzz, Energy Ball, and it can Volt Switch around as well. Next up is Lycanroc Midnight, a very offensive rock type with the No Guard ability. No Guard Stone Edges are very spammable and they do a lot of damage. It does get other solid moves such as Sucker Punch and Close Combat as well. Could see a Stealth Rocking set, a Choice Scarf set, or maybe something like Life Orb with Sucker Punch as well. So, next up is Roselia, a cool little grass and poison type. Fantastic Eviolite user and a solid hazard stacker as well with spikes and toxic spikes. It can just be defensive. It can Leech Seed and Sludge Bomb and Synthesis and do all that, but don't really think Roselia comes this week. And then last but not least, he's got Porygon, cool little Eviolite user as well. Pretty solid teleport pivot with a decent move pool. It can set Trick Room, it can recover, it can teleport out, as I said. It can Thunder Wave stuff, and it does get Bolt Beam coverage as well. So, with all that out of the way, let's hop into what I'm bringing this match. Leading us off, we are rocking J20 the Dragapult. J20 rocking the exact same set as last time, just Choice Scarf set with the Infiltrator ability. Dragon Art, Steel Wing, U-Turn, and Flamethrower. He knows I'm going to bring this, I think, but I really have to bring this from Mega Alakazam. It's my only way to try to revenge kill it, and the coverage is pretty solid to beat this team. Steel Wing is there for that floor. It won't do a whole lot, but if I can catch 2 on a switch, and then it might do a decent chunk. U-Turn is there for pivoting around, and then Flamethrower going into that Ferrothorn. Otherwise, Dragon Darts is pretty spammable in this match. I can stay and spam really hard in the late game against stuff like Choice Scarf Flygon, Choice Scarf Greninja maybe, and it hits a bunch of other things pretty hard in this team. If he's rocking something like Sucker Punch, Lycanroc, I don't have to watch out for that, but I do have some pretty solid answers for it, I think. Next up, we are rocking the Eminensis again, pretty much the same set as last time, but I swapped out Toxic for Swords Dance. He didn't bring Mandibuzz. I didn't see it in any of my mocks, so if he does bring Mandibuzz this time, then that's okay. But I am rocking Triple Axle instead of Zen Headbutt this time, just because it does a little bit more to that thing. I don't know if he'll bring Defensive Floor. Just last time he brought Defensive Floor just with Kibiu Berry, but Zen Headbutt still did a decent chunk to it, and Triple Axle will do a lot as well, especially if I'm at +2. And again, I do have some other answers to Floor, so definitely liking the Ammon this week. It's a good breaking tool. It's decent for coming in against Lycanroc just because Stone Edges won't do a whole lot and it'll pressure really, really hard with the close combat. This also wrecks some other stuff like Ferrothorn on this team. If I get a Sword Stance up, I'm just clean Okoing Mega Alakazam with that if he's not behind his sub. So I really like that option. Next up, We're rocking Batman again, same exact set, fully specially defensive, Toxic Orb and Poison Heal, Earthquake, Toxic Taunt, and Roost. This shuts down a whole bunch of stuff, namely Mandibuzz. It also shuts down Florges pretty good. It's a decent switch into Galvantula and that Flygon and Lycanroc as well. So Batman just is looking really, really solid. To try to just be a wall and annoying this week. Can't let that Alakazam come in and set up all over me, so I'll have to like try to EQ that thing for big damage or get out into something else like J20 or Ammon to put on some pressure. Next up, Esperanza coming again this week, and again another fully physically defensive set, pretty much the same thing. Swapped out Calm Mind for Defog just because I'm not rocking Defog on Fire this week, as you'll see. And Calm Mind didn't really do anything. I don't expect it that it'll do anything just because Pharaoh's so free in this thing, but Nature's Madness is still going solid for going into that. Taunt for stopping Pharaoh. I don't think he'll try to set up leads or lead seeds or spikes or anything in Esperanza's face since I showed that last week. I think it'll be a little bit more offensive with Power Whip, but I'm counting on that to try to get a setup opportunity online next, as you'll see. So Esperanza is just a solid answer to come in against Mienshao this week. It can do some good work against other stuff like physically offensive Flygon as well, and it can also take on Greninja pretty okay if he doesn't have Gunk Shot. Next up, the new member this week, we are bringing Line 69, the Toxtricity. Line is a huge key to this match. I really think this will do good work. I didn't bring it last week. I don't know if he'll expect this kind of set because I haven't brought it yet this season. But I'm rocking a Life Orb Shift Gear set this week with Punk Rock. Rocking Boom Burst, Gunk Shot, Fire Punch, and Shift Gear. 252 in special attack, 184 in speed with the Naive nature, and 72 in attack. This set looks really, really good. If Lycanroc comes, Lycanroc can shut this down fairly hard, but I really don't know if Lycanroc comes again. It didn't do a whole lot last time, but I have seen it in pretty much all my mocks, but I think I have the tools to get rid of Lycanroc. But otherwise, if that thing is gone, Boom Burst is shattering most of this team. Gunk Shot is there for Florges, and then Fire Punch is there for that Ferrothorn. I really think I can set up all over Ferrothorn, especially if he's taunted or if he doesn't lead seed, or if he doesn't have lead seeds or something of the sort, because of the double taunt on the other stuff. I could shift gear up in front of it. If he doesn't have physical defense on that thing, Fire Punch should just clean Oko. I'll have to manage my longevity, especially if he's like something like Rocky Helmet. I'll take Iron Barbs, Rocky Helmet, and Life Orb. But this is a really solid breaking option. It's also a very solid cleaning option. It outspeeds Mega Alakazam after a shift gear. Gunk Shot and Fire Punch do a ton. Boom Burst is just so solid for spamming and going through subs this week, so I really hope Line does good work. I think I got to play it right in order for me to have a chance, but I'm really liking it. And then last but not least, we're rocking Fire the Talonflame again this week, this time with especially offensive set with Flame Body, Fire Blast, Hurricane, U-Turn, and Roost. I brought Bulky Support last week. It did a little bit of an okay job switching in on Ferrothorn. I think he'll have Rock Slide this time, so I'm just running a more offensive set because he doesn't have super solid answers for it. Again, his best switch into this is Lycanroc, so maybe I'll see that, but I can U-turn on that thing coming out. I can get into Ammon or J20 or do something of the sort. Fire Blast is solid for just smashing that Ferrothorn and avoiding any Rocky Helmet or Iron Barbs. And then Hurricane is just good for hitting some other stuff from this team, like Flygon and Greninja that might want to switch on a Fire Blast. So that's the team we're rocking with for this match. This is definitely going to be really scary. I would really like to win. I'm going to give it my best shot. But Peter is a tremendous battler, and his team is very, very strong. And given that we played last week, I think he has a little bit of the front foot in prep. So this is going to be tough, but with all that said, let's hop into this match. Alrighty guys, we're about to hop into this quarterfinals matchup of SDF playoffs against Beater and the Philadelphia Flygons. You can see the 6 he brought last week, that Mega Alakazam, Ferrothorn, Greninja, Lycanroc, Midnight, Florges, and that Porygon. I could definitely also see Mienshao or Mandibuzz in there this week. But you've seen the 6 I am bringing and why I am bringing them. If you haven't, go check out the team builder. But with all that said, let's hop into SDF playoffs and let's hop into this match. Okay, Lycanroc, we do see Mandibuzz this time instead of Pigon. I have a Mandibuzz I think I can handle. Unless he's some incredibly whack, like nasty plot set, I think I'll be okay. Alright, well, Lycanroc's presence again makes me wish I had Drain Punch instead of Fire Punch. But I hopefully can handle it. I could definitely see him leading Lycanroc this time. Last time he led Alakazam and it didn't work out in his favor. So I don't necessarily want to lead J20 because he could totally have... I mean, I like J20. I can pivot out on pretty much anything and put on some pressure. He could lead Gren if he's Choice Scarf this time. He could also lead Pharaoh. So I can just fire off like a flamethrower or something. He could be Akka, or I'll be able to see something. So I'm going to lead J20 and see what happens. I'm going to lead Gren this time. My play is just U-turn, even if you're Choice Scarf, whatever. I'm Choice Scarf as well. You could try to hazard stack me, that's okay. I can go fairly safely, just go straight into Florges. Very cool. I'm going to go into line and try to make something happen immediately. I'm just going to try to start breaking. If he's got Psychic, cool. But he's probably going to go into Pharaoh. I'm going to shift gear up. I'm going to click Fire Punch here, and hopefully this thing goes down. If he goes into Lycanroc, that's okay. I'll get some chip and I can Boom Burst afterwards. I gotta try to manage this thing. He's got to know I got Fire Punch. If he doubles, he's crit, Aka. I'm going to take Barbs. I'm going to lose Life Orb. And he's going to explode. Oh my god. Well, that's absolutely tragic. I definitely didn't expect Explosion. Wow. And now Calm Mind Feeny would have popped off. Oh my god. Wow, I'm devastated. I'm devastated. Alright, I think you're going to go into Lycanroc or Malakazam. You know I've got Scarf, J20 in the back. I think you're going to try to surprise me. I'm going to go into Fire and try to click these buttons. Forge comes out. I can do a couple things here. I can click Fire Blast. I can also just U-turn to the Batman. I don't want to do that. Mandibuzz comes out. Okay. And I'm going to go into Ronza. Man, had I had Calm Mind, I think I might have just won the game. I'm devastated. I'm going to click Moonblast. Forge comes out. Does nothing. I'm going to taunt and then Nature's Madness. And then try to pivot into Gliscor. I knew Pharaoh was going to be more offensive. I didn't expect Explosion whatsoever. But that was losing Tox and getting nothing out of it. That's tragic. I had a feeling that thing was going to be Akaberry. But for a flamethrower, dang, that's so sad. He's going to go into Lycanroc. I'm going to go into Batman. You shouldn't be able to do a whole lot. If you click Stone Edge, this is absolutely where I wish I had Scald on something. Or on this thing. Which I almost put Scald instead of Moonblast. You can't Swords Dance or anything. Stone Edge does a lot to Batman. Stone Edge does a decent chunk to Feeny as well. Moonblast doesn't do a lot. This thing is bulkier than I thought it was. I could go into Hammond, but that's pretty risky. I'm going to go into Batman. See what you do. He's going to pivot into Florges. Alright, well, that's fine. I'm going to Toxic. Dren comes out, that's fine. I'll get some chip on that. Then I can pivot. I can go into Ronza. Because, well, as defensive... Oh, he goes into Mandibuzz. Totally cool. I get Toxic on this guy. Now I'm going to taunt. He's going to U-turn. He's going to get into Gren, and I'll have to go into Feeny. He can Gunk Shot. That's fine. Shouldn't do a ton. He's going to U-turn again. Alright, Malakazam is on the field. I gotta start... I'm gonna taunt so he can't... You can Thunderbolt. I don't want to let you start Calm Minding. I think Batman is my best bet to try to take this thing on. Let's do that. Let's go into Batman. He's gonna Mega Evolve. He's gonna Trace Poison Heal. He's gonna Psychic. 51. That does a lot. I can live another one though. And I can Roost all this. I don't want to though. I'm gonna click EQ. I mean, I don't think he'll stay in. You're either gonna like... You could go into Mandibuzz. I'm gonna Roost and see what you do. He's gonna stay in, go for it again. Get my Roost off. I'm gonna click EQ this time. That's alright. I can Roost in front of this thing all day, or I can just taunt. I'm back at full essentially. He's Toxic down. So I'll just click taunt again. He's gonna U-turn. Not surprised, Dren comes out. You know I'm gonna go into Ronza, but I'm gonna do it again anyway. Use U-turn into Malakazam again, but I still have Granite full. There's the Gunk Shot this time. I gobble it up. I'm gonna click Madness this time. Florida's coming out. Yep. I'm gonna taunt. I'm gonna click it again. Moonblast did a sizable chunk. I'm gonna go into Pyro. You still can't synthesis. But it goes into Alakazam. Alright, I wish I was Joy Scarf because you haven't gotten rocks up. I live a hit. From this, I live a Psychic. If you have Thunderbolt, you'll kill me, but I can pivot out into Bolt if you don't. So I'm gonna click U-turn. Nice. Bonk. And harden to pull and click U-turn again. Nice job, Pyro. Way to eat that hit. Floor just comes out. And this is where I want to go into... No, I don't want to set up a Sword Stance yet. How much? Floor just was taking negligible damage from that Moonblast earlier. 19% from Feeny. God, Floor just is so cool. Yeah, that's just Fizz Def. He'll be at 30. Earthquake. Might do enough, but I can taunt and then EQ, or he'll just be able to get into Mandibuzz. If I go into Ammon, Axel should kill. I'd have to hit all three of them though, and if it didn't, I would cry. CC should also kill, but if that I got a min roll, I would die. I'm just gonna go into Batman. I can taunt and then click EQ. If you want to stay in a Moonblast, it shouldn't do a lot. It just goes into Gren. I should have clicked Earthquake that time. That was my fault. And I'm gonna go into Fyro and sack it to get into Bolt. Or U-turn. He's just gonna go into Alakazam. Then I just gotta stay in and sack. Click U-turn. He's gonna kill me here. That's fine. I could go into Ammon and click Shadow Sneak because I think that would pick this thing off. Yeah, it does. How much did I do to Floridas last time with a U-turn? U-turn to Floridas did 11, so he would come in, he'd take 11. But then I can go into Batman and EQ with Clean Oko. You know, let's do that. It's a safer bet. And now this Earthquake will kill. Nice. Alright, Floridas is out of the way. J20 is almost in a very solid position to start spamming Dragon Darts. I still have to see something on that Lycanroc. I've seen nothing. But I just gotta be able to... I gotta make sure that Lycanroc doesn't just run. I don't know what set it is yet. I don't know if it's like a Life Orb Sucker set. I don't know if he's Choice Scarf. That Gren, I think, is Choice Scarf, so I don't think he'd be Scarf Lycanroc this time. I think he's probably a Sucker Punching set. So I gotta watch out. Yeah, Lycanroc comes out this time. I think you're gonna click Swords Dance or something. I'm gonna click Earthquake. His Bulk Up, same difference. How much this does? 66. Oh, he's Weakness Palsy. Oh my god. Got no item. He's at +3. This Stone Edge is a roll to kill me. Nice. Okay. That was incredibly scary. Alakazam comes out. He's going to trace my Poison Heal. I'm going... This thing shuts down Mandibuzz. Hard. J20 can come in and U-turn on either of those two things. I don't need... I'm going to go into Ammon, because if he clicks Sub, I can break it with a thing. Psychic comes off. Okay. I'm going to Mega Evolve and just click Sneak. If he goes into Mandy or Gren, that's okay. I'll just stay in and sack it off. But Bolt plus Batman should be in a pretty solid position to put in some work. Mandy comes out. That's fine. Shadow Sneak does literally nothing. And I'm just going to stay in and spam Triple Axle until you kill me. I missed my Axle. No! He's going to U-turn. That's fine. That's tragic, but whatever. I think Batman should just be able to stall that thing until it dies, which is a scummy thing to say, but no Lycanroc. Alright, Gren comes out. I'm going to stay in. I'm just going to click Shadow Sneak, I guess, for a little bit of damage. Break the Sash if beat that. Hydro Pump comes off. Harden to Pull. Click U-turn. Mandy's going to come out. I'm going to go into Batman. And I'm going to click Roost, because you're going to U-turn into one of the other things. And if you Roost yourself, then that's okay. Roost. Oh, he's going to Roost. You're going to U-turn this time. So I'm going to go into Ronza. I wanted to go into Bolt really hard there, but had he clicked Knockoff or something, I would have lost. So I'm just going to stay in and click Moonblast. Oh, okay. Goodbye. Now I'm going to taunt so you can't do anything stupid. And I'm going to go for... I mean, this is a way easier way to kill Mandibuzz than Batman is, installing that thing out. So let's go into Batman and then click EQ. Earthquake, come off. Alakazam is down. And I'm a taunt. Foul play. Killed me. Now I'm going to click Moonblast. 48. Foul play. Doesn't kill me. Ronza's going to come on one more time. GG's to beat her. That's what I call a riveting win. I did it. I made it past the first round of playoffs in SDF. Oh boy, that was a tough game. That was a great match. That Lycanroc scared the crap out of me. So did that Ferrothorn. That was a great game. I had a ton of fun. Sorry for double taunt Goliath being obnoxious, but very glad I was able to manage that Alakazam. That was really tough. So thank you guys so much for watching this battle. If you are stoked to keep moving in the playoffs of the SDF, please be sure to leave some love down on that like button down below. We are up next week in the semifinals against Coach Nick and the West Michigan Whiscash. He's a phenomenal battler, and we got a tough team to go up against with mons like Naganadel and Mega Lopunny. So thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.